Hey, it's Krystallee here. So how do you repair and rebuild your trust fast after betrayal? And so maybe you're the person that went through the lies and manipulation. Perhaps there was some infidelity, or maybe they held back on their feelings during your relationship and they didn't give you what you needed. They didn't meet your needs. Maybe they just had broken some promises that really deeply hurt you, that were very important to you, that you needed them to fulfill. And when they're withholding themselves from you, you start to lose trust in the relationship, you lose trust in them, and you lose trust in yourself, your judgment. And you start questioning trust. Am I ever going to be able to trust again? How am I ever going to trust this person? Or maybe I'll just never trust. And having this framework in your mind is closing yourself off then to any future possibility. It's closing yourself off from moving forward. And so what we really want to do when we're feeling this lack of trust in our life, this lack of trust that is hindering us from connecting with others or from even feeling within ourselves what trust feels like again, then it's really important to work through it. And what some of the classical mentalities don't do is it doesn't really work through the deep rooted knot of where the trust stems from, the stem of the trust and why it even became a problem for you in your mind at this point. And there's probably many things that led up to the lack of trust, but it's when we do a deep dive into your own self of how you're feeling about the trust, all the memories, all the events, all the feelings that are trapped within that lack of trust. When we start analyzing them and allowing your mind to explore them on a really deep level, that's when you can actually gather all the information to why you're feeling trust, really have that aha moment, and allow yourself then to just release it and let it go. But it's hard to do this by yourself because you're dwelling in the past. You're thinking about all the events. You're thinking about everything that's gone on in your life to lead you to not being able to trust. And they're probably current events. But when we work together, and what I do is I help you understand really the root cause of where the lack of trust started. Because it started somewhere and your mind exactly knows where it started. It's just a matter of getting there. So when we can work through that on a very deep level in your mind, then that's when you can release that and allow yourself to be open again. But right now you're closed off. And we can get through that really quickly and effectively because we're working with the exact things that your mind is giving and exploring it with a magnify glass. We are magnifying them and making them very obvious because these are the things that your mind is holding on to, creating that trust to be difficult to reconnect with. And we need to analyze them. And almost like, when you used to take a magnifying glass and let the sun peer through it and then it'd burn and create smoke and maybe even start a fire. That's what we want to do. So think about that then. Once you do that, you've eliminated that attachment to how that kept you in this state of lacking trust. And then you're more now open because that's not in the way anymore. It's not hindering you to then trust again. And that's how we work through it quickly, by effectively using what your mind is giving us. Because really, when you are able to trust again, you are able to feel confident within yourself, make decisions that make sense to you, that feel right. And that feeling of trust just comes back because it was once there. And it's just a matter of uncovering it again and truly then asking yourself in life, what am I missing to trust again? And that answer will come to you in the session when we work together, because then your mind will be going to search for what is the answer to that. So I hope you're able to get some value out of that today. I'll see you soon.